Welcome everybody back to Boost Motion, guys, and today we'll be introducing a new product to the community, to the VR30 community. No, it isn't for the Q50, Q60, it's for the Nissan Z. So guys, let's go, let's jump into the video. First thing, shout out to my whole Boost Motion family. Much love, I appreciate you guys for the support over the years. Today we'll be looking at an air-to-air water air-to-air kit for the Nissan Z. Oh my god, it's crazy. Z1 Motorsports designed an air-to-air kit for the VR30, and we used to sit there and say, air-to-air is a waste of time. If Z1 Motorsports made it, it must be good for a reason, right? They just want to make it for looks like an intake. So, Z1 Motorsports designed their own air-to-air kit, and I'm very excited about this because it's letting me know that, number one, the VR30 is going to get more parts, but then number two, there must be some kind of, let's say, numbers to back the air-to-air kits. Now, remember, there were other companies that do come out with their own air kits for the Q50, Q60. One company is pretty much not delivering products, and the other one, if I remember, if they still make it, maybe Elite Performance. But it's nice to see that a bigger company with more money behind it decided to jump into there and develop their own cores. So, this is a Z1 2023 Nissan Air-to-Air intercooler kit, right? So, if you look at the photos, it seems like it'll include the intake system, the two cores. It looks like they're not separated, so it's actually two separate cores, not one big core. This seems like they have mostly yeah, that's actually dope. They look like they have more rubber polyurethane couplings and some metal aluminum ones. That's actually pretty nice, and it's all done properly. I really like this. Ooh, I like this a lot. That looks nice. All right, I'm going to get to the numbers and everything next. They also include a high clearance crash bar. We need that because you have to be able to fit the front mount. Nice. This is beautiful. Shout out to Z1 Motorsports. God damn, Z1 Motorsports. Y'all really make me smile. Look at this. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. I love this. I freaking love this. And that's how it looks like in the engine bay. Nice. Seems like you get the blower valves too at the same time. I wonder if they can make it as circulation valves rather than blow-offs. I'm just saying, it'll be kind of nice rather than blow up to the air, it recirculates so we don't lose that extra boost, if you know what I mean, even though they are small turbos. Now, I'll come to this chart a little later. Why do you need it? Nissan's factory charge air cooling system is made up of a single heat exchanger, coolant pump, and two small water-to-air intercoolers. Sorry, guys. This system has a proven to be insufficient for managing charge attempts under high performance driving conditions, leading to loss of engine performance as temperatures climb. Is that Z1 Motorsports stating that air-to-water intercoolers, technically the OEM ones, are inefficient? This occurs for many reasons. As charge attempts increase, the density of air into the engines decreases. Lower air density means that there's less oxygen available for combustion, which results in loss of horsepower. Additionally, engine management systems respond to increasing the temperature by drastically reducing power and timing. Okay, we don't have to go through that. They have some numbers here. Depending on the engine calibration is figured, the protection typically begins to take effect when the charge attempts exceed 140 Fahrenheit. So pretty much the boost or the amount of air that's being compressed by the turbos, if it goes over 140 degrees Fahrenheit, then you can reduce. They want to save the engine. The car would actually reduce its amount of timing, boost, and other things to mitigate issues with the vehicle. We regularly see air charge temperatures up to 185 on vehicles with stock intercooler systems when driving hard, resulting in a reduction of ignition timing of at least 2.5 degrees and a loss of 25 wheel horsepower or more just from timing reduction. Oof. With the reduction in timing combined with reduction in boost targets and overall less density, we have seen loss on the down over 75 wheel horsepower. That's why you guys be losing with the stock system. Upgrading a stock heat exchange and coolant pump can be helpful for the car that is occasionally driven hard on the street but don't see any track time. However, for cars that will see extensive high performance driving, including track time and racing, Z1 air-to-air intercooler conversion kit is the only solution to keeping air temps under control no matter what. Oof, that's a big claim. So what they're saying, guys, is air to air, if you want to have consistent power, During road racing and street and drag racing, technically, well, track time and racing, you should actually do air to air. Hmm. How do you fix it? To remedy this situation, I would just, okay, let's fast forward it. They talk about the material and how they got it done and where they put it behind. But I like this what they said here. They said it that to make sure that we put our best foot forward, we stuck with our long-lasting philosophy of placing filters in the direct path of cold air in front of the core support to ensure the system is working efficiently from the moment it enters enters the piping. Hmm. So what have I heard in the community that stated so much? Oh, it doesn't matter where the intake is set up. It could be in the engine bay and sucking a whole lot of hot air. It doesn't matter. It's not going to reduce the performance. Well, technically, it does. The hotter the intake air, even though it is compressed, the hotter the Fahrenheit will be on the post side or the boost side of the turbo, the charge air. So we want to lower that and bring that down as low as possible. Even though we compress it and heat it up, we want to lower it down as best as possible. From entering the blow valve. Blow valves are placed directly in front of the throttle body, similar to the position on the GTR. I really kind of wish that they made this as a diverter system where it blows off, but it goes back into the turbo. I like that recirculation thing. I've seen other cars do that in the engineering, and I don't know. I kind of wonder why we don't do it on our vehicles. But well, I mean, the OEM system I believe does that, but I think we should stick with that. Testing review as of with the okay. Let me to illustrate what it looks. We data log the charge attempts on cars set up with 3 different charge air systems, one being stock, and the other 2 with upgrades. We made multiple consecutive dyno pulls to build heat in the cooling system, so we could watch how these 3 different setups perform. And you have a red line here, an orange line here. So the blue line is the stock system. The orange line is the Z1 heat exchanger. So pretty much the heat exchangers we all get from all these different companies. And then we have an air-to-air kit. If you understand the graph, the left side is charge attempts. As the car is getting hotter, the temps are going hotter. And those are probably every pulls and the pumps actually reducing the temperature after every pull. What you're seeing here is the temps really haven't risen with air-to-air on a dyno. For everyone watching, and I've said it a couple of years ago, just going off of Z1 Motorsports, the cars they're using, it seems like air-to-air is the way to go because you get consistent power, better flow, and the best amount of recovery. This is all depending on the car moving. But look at this. The temps have not risen above 110 degrees or 100 degrees, 110 degrees Fahrenheit. But with the heat exchanger system, we started off at about 110 and we ended up, after all these pulls, at about 130. So what car do you think is going to continue to have the most amount of continuous performance here? The air-to-air kit. So maybe that company that came out with the first air-to-air kit had something that they were going with. Maybe they had a great idea. They just didn't have the proper manufacturing and consistent selling to the community that they should have. But they were definitely on the ball with this. So shout out to them on that one. Much love. The data on, so let me fast forward down here. The red line. Installation, simple. Z1 highly recommends purchasing the boost leak test kit. That's very important, guys. You want to make sure there's no boost leaks. Because if you have any boost leaks, your turbos are going to overspin, and then that's how you're going to kill your turbos. Make sure you test for boost leaks. All right. Please know compatibility with AMS flex fuel kit has not been confirmed. It is likely components in the flex fuel kit may be repositioned due to the placement of the charge pipe. Makes sense. Now, turbo type, because there's some important things here that I'm gonna see if hopefully they listed. Using the option select. Please know that if you have the ball bearing turbos, you must have aftermarket blower valves, as the compressor housing of Z1 turbos do not accommodate for the factory blower valves. If your Z still has stock turbos, you may use the stock diverter valves if desired. See the stock diverter valves if desired. We will include block-off plates for the piping if no block-off valves are selected. That's a great idea. Thank you, Z1 Motorsports, for doing that. I really appreciate you guys for doing that. Okay, low-profile washer tank and details. Compatible with stock or aftermarket turbos. Virtually no change in the vehicle's weight. Includes high clearance crash bar. Oil cooler remains in the same position. Mandrel bent piping with wire reinforced silicone. Oh, that's nice. Wire reinforced silicone on pressure side. So there's no blowouts, there's no punctures, because depending on how much PSI, those things could actually rip. Shout out to them for that. Requires minimal cutting, keeping installation simple. Includes custom serviceable dry media air filters. Requires retune after installation. So what they're saying is you can't technically do this on stock turbos. At least that's what I'm reading here. And not compatible with factory or aftermarket engine covers. Nice. Nice. Now, what I am missing here is this. Just being honest here, being straight up. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's in the video, but I don't want to run through their video. But what I would say is here. What I would say is this. Every air-to-air kit here, or every core here, has a certain amount of horsepower or efficiency that it can give to. So knowing that they're using two different, I wonder what's the rated amount of horsepower each core can take. I mean, if they have an option here for Z1 Motorsports turbos, from what I can see here, right? I'm assuming the turbo type or stock, right? It doesn't say pure. It just says if you just have stock. So I wonder if there's two different cores. Like, is the stock core rated for, because look, stock core, if you do E85 and everything, you're like 600 horsepower. That means 300 horsepower per side. Like, what is the core, each core, what are they rated for? If these cores are rated for 600 horsepower a side, fine, because we don't have 1200 horsepower Nissan Zs or no VR30s. But I'm assuming because they have the Z1 Motorsports turbo as an option, that's pretty much a 900 horse. So I'm assuming each core is probably 500 horsepower or 600 horsepower. Most likely they have an overkill feature here, or they went with overkill. I think Z1 Motorsports will be smart enough. So I think they should put that on their website, that this intercooler kit is rated for a certain amount of horsepower. They should definitely raise that. It may be in the video, but I don't want to go through the video to find out. I want to be respectful to that, and that's their YouTube. But I do like this, and I am very, very, very happy that they decided to make something like this for the community. So definitely shout out to Z1 Motorsports for doing this, and please stop freaking playing. Figure it out. Figure it out for the Q50, Q60. There's a market here. You're selling this for how much dollars? You're selling this for about $2,420. So with taxes, like $2,500. And you're not also including here that you probably, would, I don't know why they don't put it. You should definitely see an increase in wheel horsepower with technically the air-to-water intercooler kit. I mean, air-to-air kit. You should see a increase in horsepower because of the efficiency of it. You should technically see that. So I'm surprised they either didn't have a change in that, in the wheel horsepower, or the way the power is delivered. Maybe they haven't shown that, or they just primarily, no, they have to have an increase in wheel horsepower because of the flow and or the efficiency of this. So compared to other air-to-air kits from Elite and the other company, it seemed like there was a 20 to 30 horsepower gain on the top end going with that kit compared to the heat soak stock system and or upgraded heat exchanger. All right. So once again, shout out to Z1 Motorsports. Much love, appreciate your support. And they really are Z1 Motorsports. They give a F about the Z. It's not Q1 Motorsports, it's Z1 Motorsports. So otherwise than that, guys, I really appreciate your guys' support for always showing me the love. I love you guys so much. You guys have a good day. Thank you.